Okay, now that we got this working, let's isolate this into a function that we can call repeatedly, because obviously we don't want to just apply this to the paragraph where the cursor is. We're going to want to apply this to multiple paragraphs, possibly every paragraph in the document, and maybe even every paragraph in the book. So what we're going to do is let's create a function, and let's call it getParagraphText. And so what did we have to pass in? Well, we had to pass in the paragraph object. So that's what we'll do here as one of our parameters, our arguments. And then what we're going to do is we're going to move some of these variables down here. So we don't need them all, but we'll copy them and we'll paste them in here. And this will get us started. So what do we need? Well, we don't need the doc object because we're going to get that outside of this function. And we don't need the paragraph object because we're going to pass it in. Basically what we need is this right here. And then let's just switch the order of these variables. I like to declare all my variables at the top of the function, and I also like to declare them in the order that they're used. It helps me keep track. So what do we need to do here? Well, really what we need to do here is just pull this out. So we can cut this, and we can paste that in here. And then let's format this a little bit. And what are we going to return? Well, we're going to return text. So we're going to say return text. So this variable is going to have the text we want, and we're going to return it to the calling, to whatever's calling it. So now what we can do here is we can say we don't need this. So we don't need these variables anymore, because they're not used in here. So what we can do here simply is say, in fact, we can put the function call right in the alert. So we can say get PGF text, and then we'll pass in the paragraph, and that should give us our text. So let's save that, and let's go here, and let's run it. And so we get the same result. Now we're getting an undefined. Let's see what that is. We're getting an undefined on that as the first one. Okay, so the problem is we probably didn't initialize that text variable. Yeah, so when the first time through the loop, we didn't initialize this to an empty string. So the first time through the loop, what happened was it was undefined, and then the rest of the strings got tacked onto it. So what we need to do is we need to cut this, and we need to paste it down here. So we're initializing that to an empty string. We're starting out with an empty string, and that's what we want. And also we don't need this variable here anymore. So let's save the changes. Go back here. We'll run it on the top paragraph. Customizing table cleaner. And there's that text. There's this text. Now there's one small problem here that I want to show you, because what we want obviously is we want this thing to consist of whole words. So I'm just going to show you here. If I was to delete this this space here and put in a soft return, so I'm hitting Shift Enter to put in a soft return, and that looks fine in FrameMaker. It looks good. It looks good on the page. But watch what happens when we run this. So if you look carefully, you can see, let's see, localize by. Yeah, you can see that the word by editing here in this dialog box is coming through as one whole word, because all it's doing is it's just mashing those strings together, and there's no space. There's a soft return, but that soft return doesn't come out as a space. And we can accommodate that if we want to. We're not going to do that in this script, but I just want you to be aware of that. Now where that would have an effect is, what if we were looking for the whole word editing or the whole word by? Well, it wouldn't. The regular expression would fail because it's all run together. It's by editing, all one word. So that's just something to be aware of. We're not going to concern ourselves with that in this script. So we'll put it back to the way it was. And there we go, by space editing.